Hello and welcome to yet another video. In today's video we will talk a little bit more and try to understand what it actually means to store your crypto offline and how also exchanges store your crypto and where it is stored. Because some people actually think, for example, if you send XRP to your wallet that it's on your phone then, and that is not true. So one very important thing you have to understand is that the information about the balances are stored on the blockchain, on the public ledger. So it's like a book keeping track and record of all the accounts, and it's stored online. So for example, if you get a hardware wallet, then the crypto is not on your phone or not on the computer or anything, okay? So all of that is stored on the blockchain. The only thing that changes is the access key. So let's start there. So for example, if you have an account on Coinbase and purchase crypto, so for example, if you would go to Coinbase Pro or to Binance and buy, for example, 10 XRP, then let's do the example of Binance because they allow buying XRP. Let's say, for example, I buy XRP at Binance, okay? So let's say I buy 20 XRP. Then they have an internal entry and give me an IOU on their platform for 20 XRP. So Binance has an account on the blockchain, so on the XRP distributed ledger. So we'll quickly show you that as well. When we go to XRP scan, we can, for example, see that Binance has I'm going to go into XRP scan. We can see that Binance has an account in the XRP ledger. And on this account, we've got 65,000 XRP on it. And when you buy XRP, for example, then nothing changes on the ledger. They didn't change anything. They just give me an internal IOU saying, yep, I am entitled to 20 XRP. But nothing changes yet. So on the XRP ledger, it's all the same. When the moment comes that I say, for example, okay, and on the XRP ledger, Binance so they've got multiple accounts, but they've got their whatever XRP. When the moment comes that I decide that I don't want Binance to manage my XRP for me, so that I don't want them to issue me IOUs and I actually want to put them into self-custody so that they're not able... so what is the problem if Binance is custodying your XRP? Well, the only problem is that you're bound by them. So if you want to do something, or for example, want to withdraw something or anything, they can always block that. So you are prone to, you can fall victim to whatever they'd like to want to do. So for example, if Binance goes bankrupt, or if Binance suffers from a hack, and then they don't have enough, for example, XRP left because it all got stolen, yours might be stolen as well. So maybe they're not able to even pay you out, and that is that's the danger there. And what happens, for example, if you get a legendary asset, or for example this some wallet, it doesn't matter, so it's just important it's a non-custodial wallet, then everything changes much more, because the huge difference is here that it's, like I said, a non-custodial wallet. Then, for example, let's say let's create a quick account, let's create a paper account. So I'm quickly gonna use the tool XRP. Yeah, it was that website here. So let's quickly get a paper account. Why not? Or I should rather use the faucet, I guess, but never mind. So I'm just gonna create here a paper account for any address. Alright, so I've got here an address. Okay, let's say it was that one here. Then I've got now my Sun wallet with that account address. Then I will make a withdrawal request to Binance for my 20 XRP, or let's say I've got more, let's say I've got 60 XRP. Then we'll make a withdrawal request, because now in the XRP ledger there is also a place now for my address I just created. So it's not created when I generate the account. Actually, all addresses that are valid already exist, but are not associated with a balance. So just because I generated an address, nothing changes in the ledger. The interesting part is when, like I said, when we will now make a withdrawal address to Binance, Binance does some internal checks, and if they think everything is fine, then they will actually send a request to the XRP ledger and say, alright, I'm going to send 60 XRP to this address you specified. And from that moment on, as soon as the 60 XRP on your account, you're the only person able to withdraw or to send XRP from this account, because you're in full control of this account. Nobody else can access or control it unless you give them your mnemonic or family seed. If you do that, obviously they can do that. And for example, if you want to do another transfer, then you just use your ledger Nano S or some wallet and sign a transaction. Then you will send the signed transaction to the XRP ledger, and then, so to your account more or less, to the XRP ledger, and then the XRP ledger can check, are you entitled and are you allowed to sign for this account? Then they will recognize, okay, yep, you are, and then they can also, then you can do the transfer. But now, as soon as the XRP are on your own non-custodial wallet, nobody else can do anything with these XRP. You are in full control and you actually own it. But only to that part that, like I said, they're not stored physically on your device. Because, for example, you could use the same mnemonic or family seed on 3 different accounts. It doesn't matter. If you have, for example, let's say this is your phone. Let's say you've got 3 phones. Let's say this is phone 1. It can have that one, but also you can have 2 phones all configured with the same account. It wouldn't matter. The only it's like it's the same thing here, because the only thing that happens is when you do a transfer, you're just sending a signed transaction to the XRP ledger, and XRP ledger knows if you have the account configured with your mnemonic or family seed, then it knows, yep, you are allowed to sign it. And yeah, it doesn't matter how many devices you have. Like I said, you can configure one account to be on 10 different devices. It doesn't matter. And that's how all of it works. So I hope I was able to explain, like in theory, a little bit more how it works. So like I said, the green part here is the XRP ledger with the actual accounts. And like I said, if you buy or sell XRP on an exchange and don't actually withdraw them, it's just an internal IOU issued by the exchange, and nothing changes on the blockchain itself, actually. It's very important to understand. And like I said, as soon as the XRP leave the custody of the exchange, you're in full control. So more or less, you have to be careful with the wallets. There are also some wallets who are also custodial wallets. Meaning that you have the keys, but yet the app publisher also knows them. So it's still custodial and still full control, because it's very simple. Because if they also take the keys during the key generation, so it looks if you look at the paper thing here, based on the interaction here, a new family seed is generated. This is the private key more or less. So if I interact differently, this is a private key for this account specifically. So if I change anything, again, we've got a new family seed. This is the private key. And with this private key, you can sign for that account. And yeah, that's how all of it works. I hope I explained it clearly. You can, again, if you have some unanswered questions left, then you can, yeah, just put a comment in the comment section and we'll get that sorted out. Alright then, thanks for watching and see you in the next video.